Oh boy.
Nuke's been the storyline of this entire tournament, hasn't it? I mean,
yeah.
especially with BuzzKill on the receiving end, that's a veto that I think favors them to a certain extent. I think London a bit of a different beast in that they're comfortable on all three of these maps. Dust 2, a little bit of a question mark, but they've certainly got the individual skill to take it to these BuzzKill players. Crazed, to start off this pistol round, will find the first entry. London have put themselves in a position where they can't really commit too many players towards the site, but they do boost one player in.
5 players rushing down from BuzzKill into the long positions. Adam and Mezzy, 3 frags between them and Link. And now it's all dismantled for the BuzzKill squad. Hawk and JSAV trying to see if they can frag right back, and they will get 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 kills lined up on headshots. But a collateral comes back from Adam all the same, who shuts them all down. London, what a pistol from them. Every time you see a Nuts play, you just get stunned into silence.
I cannot believe that Adam's been able to collateral them
in
the pistol round. What a way to start off the first round, and it's such a back and forth affair. You cannot slouch on these BuzzKill players. An early advantage was attained from London. But BuzzKill are looking to make this as close as humanly possible. Fraser, the scout, initially a shot missed. Adam's going to be able to sweep up the rest of it alongside Mezzy as they hold the cross. It's just the Glocks brought into the round for BuzzKill, and they keep every single player alive here on that CT side. A lot of SMGs committed, and the scout is potentially an issue for them moving forward, but now the AKs will come out for BuzzKill. We've seen how explosive they can be on rounds like this and how much they relied on these sort of faster and the dynamic between going from those fast and slow plays back and forth.
Nice challenge from Hawk to kick things off for BuzzKill here. A nice opening frag for them in their T-side rifle. Getting rid of Fraser in this case. Nades in, going to try to do some damage towards the players out there. They certainly will do a lot onto Crazed and JSAV, both at about 50 points of health apiece. And BuzzKill still going to commit towards this upper tunnels area. I mean, you know, they've kind of just held things down. You know, they've just kind of held their map control, even though London really want to challenge for this sort of setup. I'm imagining this will still be a bit of contention towards the short position. Hype does get down Link. Adam with a quick trade back, 2 for 1. And BuzzKill again flashing their way mid to B. Mezzy could be a bit of point of contention, as could Cray. 2 players line up. He gets 1, not quite the second, but Adam's still there for the mop-up kills. 2 for his name, 3 overall in the defensive, and 3-0 for London Esports.
The SMGs do so much there in terms of creating space for the London side. Even the rifles just able to capitalize off of that. The drawing of attention towards the top side of that B tunnels meant that Adam had so much space to work with, allowed to really swing on wide and find those kills. Now just going to be the full commitment back in towards the buy here for London. The AWP is still out on Fraser, who's found the first kill for the side. BuzzKill, just Deagles to work with, and they've seen success before, but Dust 2, a different beast, and so far London have been pretty procedural in the CT side rounds.
5 on 3 already here. It is an eco round, so I'm not too surprised that this is where things have gone down for the likes of the BuzzKill squad. Deagles up for the T's. Try and get those headshots, but so far no tag damage done to London. They've dismantled them pretty effectively. Again, it is an eco. I'm not too surprised at this sort of thing. The main thing for me right now is all about the rifles. Really, again, T-side for BuzzKill is where things are going to start to get interesting, where things should be able to pick up for them. So 4-0, put the max loss bonus on the board, and that will give BuzzKill their chance at the rifle. So easy mop-ups coming through from the CT forces. Adam is bursting his way onto victory. Deagle out for Craze. Will try and catch him for 1 good tag. Does get the headshots. That's a little something gained, but you know, the rest of the CTs know exactly where they are. The crossfire, the backstabb's being set up. This is a round for London.
Yeah, Mezzy dispatches with him on the AK, and I think the issue for BuzzKill is that if they want to bring this game to a close affair, if they want to really fight tooth and nail against London, they need to be able to do damage in rounds, even if they're losing. Just getting that 1 kill on Craze, it has a little bit of impact, but not too much that London will begin to sweat. I mean, you see the amount of money they've built up on a number of these players. 6K on 2 of them on Mezzy and Fraser. 3K or 2K hovering around for the rest of the players on that London side, but BuzzKill have brought down everything they can, looking for an advantage, but pushing through the smoke. Mezzy catches Russ off guard.
Yeah, big frag once again. London Esports getting aggressive in these ones. We saw a lot of aggression come through, and BuzzKill are going to struggle to try and deal with it this time. And a great set of first map in Dust 2 against the endpoint side earlier on today, so we're just waiting for it to spool up. It's got to get there eventually, I think. London are coming hot off the back of the last series. BuzzKill have had a lot of time to sort of sit back and relax and try and watch the series against the London squad. Right now, they're not bringing a lot of that potential to the fold. 5 on 3 again as the second kill goes rolling to the favor of the CT side. Hype, Crazed, and JSAV. very different positions on this map right now. In fact, Hype might give up his life over towards the B bomb site in the tunnels. He's facing forward once again. Molotovs come through. Smokes come back from Adam as JSAB, and we'll leave it Mezzi to come forward here for the CET forces. Spot one. I think he saw the second as well as Hype does get Adam, but Cray there for the quick trade, disallowing any control towards the B bomb site, and now Craze and JSAB also contested towards the short position. BuzzKill. They're running out of options and they're getting bracketed in.
Mezzi's being so annoying off of the catwalk, constantly applying pressure. As soon as these players move away, I'd imagine Mezzi will spring into action. Cray instead will lock down the B tunnels, taking down JSAV, thrusting Crazed into this 1 versus 4, and not too much that he can accomplish. 33 HP to his name. The bomb is at least in his possession, but he's running out of time. He needs to commit towards these sites, and much better to die at the hands of the opponents as opposed to save that weapon forward, as the rest of his team are going to be in a situation where they can't afford the best of buys. Of course, Hype now will reinvest again, but you look at the likes of Russ, he has to buy down an AK, no head armor available, which makes these AUGs extremely lethal.
Yeah, very, very lethal. Of course, the AK is coming in, of course, safe from London Esports, negates the rest of the head Kevlar for the BuzzKill squad. And the AWP from Fraser is going to miss time on the flashbang, completely blind. Craze will take him down. Another fast play coming into the BuzzKill squad as Mezzi tries to hold down for as long as possible, but he's unable to get more than 2. Adam, on the other hand, lines up 3. Not the first time he's done that in this map or today. And now he's on for the 4K against Hype. He knows exactly where he's coming from, the AUG to face up, and he gets the quadra kill. Adam, out of nowhere, coming to life and swinging away at BuzzKill.
13-2 to start off this map. It's 6-0 in London's favor, and a lot of that is a credit to Adam. You can see the ADR, 184 to start off this game. We saw in the interview with him before, he was talking about how they got caught off guard by how aggressive BuzzKill were being on that nuke game. This time, they're taking the fight straight to them. Adam not hesitating at all on the rotation. Mezzi constantly pushing for information as well. BuzzKill are extremely uncomfortable to start off this map.
184 ADR. Like, what is that madness? I don't even know. 5-on-4. Rush just can't get anything done here for the BuzzKill side. And if London keep this up, this might be a very quick map. 7-0 London Esports. They're very clearly tired of today. They want to get home. They want to go back to bed. It's been a very long day for all of us here at the Grosvenor CSGO Championships, but London Esports definitely feel a sense of urgency being played out in their camp. They are just not giving anything for BuzzKill to work with. And where is that style? Where is that prowess that gave BuzzKill such a decent map against Endpoint here?
This is BuzzKill's map pick as well, so I mean, this is not quite the start that you'd anticipate given their track record. London, such a strong set of performances so far to start off this map, and I think it's going to be a question of this question we have where are London warmed up? Are BuzzKill really feeling fresh coming into this, or is the fact that London have just come off a pretty close series going to play into the fact that they're ready to play? They want to shut this down as fast as possible, go home, get that nice chunk of cash, and be the finalists here in Season 2.
Rifles out for BuzzKill to try and see if they can claim that trophy instead. They're going to have to get started relatively soon. Good flash in, forces Fraser off angle, but Mezzi's the man close. Flashes once again will face up, and Russ will deal with him. Counter flashes and Molotovs will actually siphon off one player, making his way forward. JSAB has to get aggressive, and the AWP of Fraser's not quite hitting his shots just yet. He will get tagged up as Adam goes falling to just 29 points of health. They've got the man advantage still for the T side as they continue to commit here towards A. 3 players still to deal with as Adam finally turns out a trade frag. He goes falling as Fraser gets an orb kill, and JSAB's getting caught off guard. Hype and Hawk are able to strike, so it's all left to Link. The bomb's still in the hands of Hype. He can rotate to B site if he wanted to. No, actually, he's committed towards A. Scratch that, he's in Viking. Hawk is the man on short, and Link 1v2. He's taking himself a second kill. Surely he wouldn't clutch this out. Oh. He won't this time. Hype will turn the Brazil score in favor of London Esports, but it is a first for BuzzKill.
We highlighted Hype as being an impactful player. He needs to be able to step up in situations exactly like that. You thought Link might just be able to clutch things back just as soon as BuzzKill had the man advantage. You could see Hype wanted to potentially move back towards B. He was trapped in that position, like you said. Link completely locked him in, and that made things incredibly uncomfortable, especially losing that support off of short. But a timeout will be called.
Look at that. Adam's still sitting at 106, 86 ADR. Mez is on 114 of his own right, so he's having a great game. It's just Adam is standing up in troves. 16 kills in 9 rounds. Well, I mean, we talked about players to highlight. I don't think we gave Adam enough credit. He's got a 4 KD. Just, my God.
And still sitting at 186 ADR, so he's been consistent still the last time we checked up on him. Bit of a different approach here from BuzzKill, though. They're trying to contact it towards the B side. The nade does so much into all those players. Not significant damage to one respective, but spreading it out. Oh my! Fraser through the edge of the door. He gets tagged down, fires a Hail Mary, and it converts. He's equalized the affair. It's a 3 versus 3, and although they should be able to get this bomb planted, they have some utility for the after plant situation. London are more than likely going to commit to this. They've got some money built up. Although this is a harder site to retake, they're setting themselves up for these retake flashes.
And London Esports holding their own. Fraser still alive with the orb. Molotovs will try stall for a little bit of time, and BuzzKill only have the flashbangs remaining on their side. Link going to go through the smoke and get shut down by Hawk. Second kill for Russ, and Adams last man left, 47 points of health. Back behind the B doors, he surely must concede this one. Might get an exit frag on Hawk out of his window position. Indeed he does. Man, hurt the economy of the BuzzKill squad, but in the end he'll also have to fall back, 14 points of health, and they know that they've done this damage. They will fall away and get the second on the board for BuzzKill. It took 7 gruelingly long rounds, but now they've got themselves a bit of a chance, and actually Adam will go up in the smoke, so that's going to be a bit of a bad time, unfortunately.
Yeah, he could have gotten away, but maybe underestimating how much damage the bomb would do.
I guess he still thinks it's the vertigo radius.
I don't know. I didn't actually fact check that after I'd mentioned it earlier, but you may be right in its entirety. London, though, in what seems like it's been forever, now onto just pistols. The eco round where BuzzKill can potentially get themselves a third. Link will do a little bit of damage, getting a singular kill. A secondary as well into Crazed. So a decent attempt by him, as the rotations have now been called for that London side. The smokes will prevent them from progressing much further, but Fraser around the edge of the smoke has taken down Hype. Russ and Hawk are going to be a little bit more cautious about how they want to cross. Fraser swinging out wide. Hawk initial misses, but although it gets a little bit scary. Yeah.
That did look very, very scary there for BuzzKill for a moment. I mean, in the end, it is a team ace. And Link, with 2 kills of his own right, will also set up a lot of damage done to the BuzzKill esports squad. I mean, London, even considering the fact they were on eco, that's not a bad round. You know, BuzzKill, you can see the economy is going to hurt for 3 of the players. Hype, Craze, and JSav on like $150 or less as the high rollers many to drop for them here in the next round. BuzzKill will start things off strong with a flash in from Hawk and Russ with a peek out towards the long house. And Cray trying to aggress back for the CT side, trying to get those trays. He might line up 2 frags, and they're a little bit off angle for this. Yeah. And the headshot will come through for Craze. Cray drawn back over to the entrance to the tunnels rather than to the man up close. And Adam will rotate up, but if there's one man to defend a 1v5 bomb site, you know, at this stage I wouldn't doubt him. I would put all my faith and all the cards and all the chips on him to be able to do it if I had to pick one player from the CT side. That doesn't change the fact, though, that it's a 2-man advantage for BuzzKill, and they certainly are in the driver's seat.
He's picked up the fallen smoke that Cray dropped as a result of going down earlier on as well, so he gives himself a bit more time in towards those B tunnels. BuzzKill still setting themselves up outside of it. The bomb is in that position, and Fraser will aggress off of short. He's taken down Russ, who was impactful in finding the opening picks here for BuzzKill, but they've stagnated. They've slowed things down and waited for some sort of a response on London Esports' side, and although Fraser did aggress, they weren't able to capitalize. Adam from the back plat, he's going to try and take them down with the AUG. Only the 1 kill. JSav dispatches of him. As he's there on the rotation, though, he's throwing a lurk smoke as well. He could potentially push past it, find an opportunity to siphon off that bomb, but he's going to try and wait for his teammate before he makes up any sort of a brazen play.
And they know that he's in the B doors. He fired off shots and trying to bring around the corner against JSav. So close, he will go for the 2v2 now. Retake incoming, taps that bomb once, tries to force the issue, but Hype takes out Mezzi. It's all left to Fraser, and he has no idea where those T-side players are playing at. So close to the smoke. Hype will get the final, and BuzzKill will get the 4th. They are still losing players. They are still hemorrhaging money into these rounds. All the players are suffering manically as a result of that. The economy just not quite building up. The investment has to come through. I think they've got to go for drop rifles, and $3,000 at best. I think an average of about 2K between the London Esports side, maybe lower than that. Oh, sorry, for BuzzKill, excuse me. London Esports happy to sit about 2K. They certainly are. And they will have themselves an eco to go by into the full rifles because the loss bonus is starting to build up for them. 4 rounds in a row for BuzzKill means max in the next one. And London Esports be up for the full-blown rifles.
Going to see if this pressure off of short is going to be all too successful. Some CZs brought up, a couple of Deagles as well. JSav will spot them out, so he won't want to take too many of those fights, giving them an opportunity to find an opening frag. Would have meant that a rifle could have been retrieved as well. Would have had to cross the sight lines of Russ, who's been standing strong with that AWP in towards T-spawn. They're moving in towards the A site. London are here in heavy presence. The flash is available as well for Adam to deploy in response. There it is. He's going to throw it. Cray's able to dodge it past, but Cray gets the first. It's a back and forth set of exchanges that Hawk and Hype deal with the initial aggression. Adam finds another kill for himself. The A side push has been trumped so far by the presence made by London Esports, but they're beginning to run out of time. I mean, they've got 40 seconds available to them. They can rotate back towards that B bomb site, which is exactly what's going to be on the cards. Adam's already read into that, though.
Yeah, no, almost found the chance there to deny that bomb plant. Adam close up with the Eagle, cannot quite get down Rush. The 3 will stay alive this time for BuzzKill, starting to build a little bit of economy state. But max loss bonus for London Esports will go for the buy. The kill count starting to look good once again for London Esports. Still got 158 ADR from Adam. Rest of his teammates not following too far behind him. Mezzi on 10 kills. I mean, he's one of the guys I think we kind of highlighted earlier on throughout the day when we came to London's initial semi-final matchup. Adam will once again take first contact out towards the long position. Not going to see any of the players there, or at least not be able to take some any good shots. They'll do a lot of damage thanks to the Molotovs and nades, as Russ aggresses to try and take the actual first face from the BuzzKill squad.
He has no support here, though. If he goes down to this push from Link, it would have been devastating for the assault on towards the A site if that were to be the case. But Russ deals with the initial threat, and BuzzKill are actually going to reinforce that position as a result of short control being in their favor. Messi is still trying to prevent them from pushing much further, setting up for smokes and flashbangs, but the flash will ring through. Messi, initial contact, the nade to try and meet them back, but Adam's been dropped in towards the pit. Hawk lurking his way out and pushing on further, but Fraser is dispatched of him on the AWP, and they've got the rotations cut off as well in Cray. The first opportunity is there, but JSav, the descending shot, the smoke deployed towards the CT spawn as well. And this is going to be a little bit more difficult here for the likes of BuzzKill, just a flashbang, but they've now taken foothold of that B bomb site. Mezzi trying to make his way over, but Russ completely shuts them down, and Fraser left to just hold on to his AWP.
Yeah, go back towards Tunnel's entrance and just get the exit frags. They kind of read onto the fact that there were only 2 London players left on the A bomb site. There was no one on B. They weren't going to go mid to B to try and cover off and go for a bit of a flank play and try and force the issue from London Esports. But in the end, they pieced together the pieces of the puzzle and managed to find themselves an easy line into B. So 1v3 again for the Orb. Fraser getting creeped upon by the Orb with the T side. Rush just out towards T spawn, looking off the scope. Up. Fraser still lands it though. That's 3 kills to his name. And again, the damage being done to BuzzKill is very difficult to come back from London Esports, making them pay very hard for this. Now, I just wonder if we can. Just going to go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard on our caster PC, because I just want to see specifically how many players have gone down. Yeah, so out of the last 5 rounds that they've won, BuzzKill have lost 4 players in each of them. As you can see that on screen right now. That's not very good for the economy build. And even with those 3 rounds coming in round number 12, it still feels like it's still going to be a very broken economy as a result of the damage that keeps coming in from London, both prior and up to that point.
Faster playing towards middle of flash to try and prevent and feign some aggression early on, but Fraser, boosted up off of short. Hawk, a very crisp shot to deal with the AWP. It is recovered by Mezzi, who will retreat as a result of that.
They talk about his one-taps.
They do. But Hawk actually has been a pretty poor performer altogether. I think he's been one of the weakest in terms of fragging, but
well, they only talk about his one-taps.
Just the one time.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly has the eyes of a hawk in terms of finding that first frag. Spotted out just a little bit of his head over the top of the railing, and London going to be on the back foot. But they are spread out in a way that they can deal with a B-side split. If it was going to come out from that T side, they've got the crossfire set up towards CT spawn. They could swing past the smoke as well if that were really on the cards here for BuzzKill. But they're still just waiting for a response. Now Hype will push on through. Link will be the first to really spot them out. There's that smoke going down. Link will push past it, but they're ready for it. They're going to hold both of the angles. JSav dealing with the flank off of short. Cray, he does get the 1 kill with the 5-7, but he's eventually shut out. 7-7 now as we tie things up. It's been 7 in a row for the BuzzKill side. And despite the early advantage that was gained here for London Esports, they've seemingly let it slip. I mean, they've relied pretty heavily on Adam and the likes of Fraser to get some of these picks back into their favor. Cray's had some semi-impactful frags quite often in unwinnable situations, but he's kept the economy low that we've touched on a number of times already, and a very justified timeout, it seems. I mean, London need this one back to be able to finish this half in a victory. I mean, starting off in such an explosive way, they'd feel completely robbed if they somehow ended up losing out in this half.
Yeah, we'll have to agree on that front. Tactical pause. Now taken into the final round of the half. A very quick play coming in from the T side out towards the A bomb site. Fraser going to try and duck behind the AWP, however, just exposing the top of his head, and JSAF can take him out as a result. 5-on-4 scenario. BuzzKill overwhelming them. Hawk gets himself a double kill, and Cray and Adam, the last two players. Adam can still deny his bomb plant. No, Craze comes over, and Cray 1v5 left in this one. It's looking like BuzzKill are going to take the half at 8-7, just about by the skin of his teeth. Good shots out. Burst fire coming through. Nades in against him, but no. How else can he do? What else can he do? Very little, I'd imagine, in this one. Let's get a kill onto Crazed and burst onto JSAV. 3 points of health, but he's done on 9 of his own right, and the flank is coming through. BuzzKill can just bracket in the lone London player. And
you can see Russ is a little bit scared. He was holding it towards CT spawn or T spawn for so long that he's now going to make the rotation, get into that post-plant position that allows the AW to have maximum effectiveness. Hawk will eventually deal with the imminent threat. That's 8 in a row for the comeback. That is successful for BuzzKill. They recover the half in such a way that is, although not the most convincing, it's consistent in its performance. I mean, being able to mount such a comeback in that manner and deal with and prevent Adam from having too much more impact. He was sitting on 18 or 19 frags for a considerable portion of time, and I think they actually circumnavigated him a little bit, identifying as well that he had rotated and started to reinforce the A site in some of the early setups on that T side, and so the B bomb side and that middle position were a little bit more exposed for BuzzKill to exploit.
So 8-7. At the turn of the half, BuzzKill going to the CT side. Now, we did see a number of CT side rounds come out from them when they faced off in the semi-finals.
Oh, Russ.
Oh, yeah, Russ on a big backstab. This could be actually pretty massive for BuzzKill if London aren't going to check it. They've isolated one player in the flanker over to the tunnels position. And, well, there's one player over towards the long position with an open A bomb site. Russ will be the only man to defend. The flashbangs will come forward. He will try and commit, and he does get a great one-tap with Hype getting one more man down over towards the B-bomb site. 5-on-3 scenario, and Hype and Russ continue to frag away. Mezzy and Link, the last two players for the T side, will tap on towards the USP positions, and BuzzKill with a big flank may have just bracketed in the London side. The 4 players coming in towards the short area will now start to face. Mezzy around the corner, flashbangs in, will take his pop shots as Link also gets some dinks down onto the likes of Craze, but JSAV will deal with him, leaving it all on Mezzy, and Russ with a big flank. We thought it would be massive. That's exactly what it was. 3 kills to his name and a pistol to the favor of BuzzKill.
And he plays it patiently as well, getting that first kill, identifying that he doesn't really need to peek out much further, instead delaying and waiting for those rotations to come through, eventually taking a secondary fight. But because he got down to low HP, he knew that they could just play the numbers advantage from there. London were in a terrible spot. They couldn't secure strong post-plant positions such as short. They couldn't even escape towards long. They had to play from the sites and just hope that they hit every single shot. But BuzzKill are really on a tear here, still carrying that momentum forward from that previous half, winning the pistol. Now they should have an easier time in this next round as well, as London are just going to be on the upgraded pistols.
And the flashbangs in from London, getting that bomb plant. Obviously, just want to throw away this round so they can get the rifles out, allow BuzzKill to get to 10-7. And JSAV and Hype quickly dealing with the T side, pushing from mid to B. Triple kill for JSAV. Fraser shut down by Russ. Full AUG setup. BuzzKill not even wasting any expense. No SMGs or anything like that. They're going to reinvest back into the rifles in this round anyway. So just get it out as early as you possibly can. The FAMAS will be in play for Hawk. He'll be the weakest player. But if they win this next round, then BuzzKill will set themselves up perfectly to start to carry their way into the map point. It's AK's back in for London. The bomb plant gives them full access to utility. And they go straight into the defaults. A fast play out towards the long position. London also have one play moving in towards short. That's Mezzy, immediately cut down by Russ. BuzzKill with an early man advantage.
And I don't know what's changed. We're seeing a completely different BuzzKill from this first set of rounds. I mean, London, sure, they had some standout performers at hitting shot after shot, and maybe that's a consistency that wasn't really repeatable over time. It's eventually sort of cooled down. You see the impactful players we pointed out before in terms of Adam really just carrying the side. Not quite able to have the same level of impact in these past few rounds. It's been BuzzKill's game so far. I mean, 10 in a row is certainly no easy task, but now they're going to try and successfully hold this A-bomb site. Adam there with the entry, still holding in from that Gandalf position. JSAV's playing it patient. He's waiting for the bomb plant to come through. I don't think they know that this is a possibility. They don't have a Molotov to flush it out either. In fact, no utility remaining on that T side.
They opt to plant a Goose, or even dangerously more towards short. That could be the chance, but Adam goes for the default plant anyway, and JSAV just going to wait here. Okay, they're going to play for retake. The nades will go forward, tag Adam down extremely low with a secondary HE landing onto Link as well to share a little bit of damage. As they move forward, JSAV going to try to pick and choose his moment to strike. They have no idea. Great flashbang in, and Adam barely staying alive. Will go falling eventually, but Link comes up with two of his own right. Man advantage game by the London side as Fraser and Cray finish off the job. Back up towards long. BuzzKill weren't expecting that, and that will be the first round of the half going in the favor of London Esports. A well-played rifle round. Meanwhile, BuzzKill, a bit of a heavy investment from those last two. They're not going to have enough to try and justify the force.
Thought for sure JSAV was going to have more impact from that position. I mean, he played it out so patient for so long, waiting for the flash to come through, and eventually when he found the timing, just unable to convert on that shot fast enough, allow for some additional space there on the retake. BuzzKill just on some pistols themselves in the round now, trying to do as much damage to the London esports economy, so to try and make things easier for rounds to follow. London will take long control very early on, making sure they're meticulous about their approach, throwing Molotovs in some of the troublesome angles that these pistols can position themselves in. Deagle on the elbow, though. Russ is going to be presented with a few opportunities.
And he will make good on one at least. Deagle up against Adam. That's a big player out of the game. Craig going to tap his way to victory, though, and Mezzi follows up into Hype, the backstab player over up at T-Spawn. And the three remaining CTs make their way in from CT and short. No flashbangs away, but JSAB's going to try to pull their attention as the boost comes up. Cray accounts for it and deals with both players. With JSAB going down, the triple kill of Cray, a nice couple of kills from Mezzi and Fraser. It'll be 9 on the London esports board. As they have stacked their way back up, they're going to try and equalize against BuzzKill, but they're up against a double AWP setup for this next round. The first time we're seeing it come out in the grand finals.
Hawk and Russ respectively. I talked about how Hawk was maybe the weakest performer in the games that we've seen so far, but really pulling his weight in this affair. 16 kills to his name and really gunning as much as the rest of his team. Cray's the only one that's sort of seemingly lagging behind, but I mean, 10 to their name, and London are looking to equalize the affair. Will they be prepared for this double AWP setup, as you're saying? I mean, the first time we've seen it so far in the grand finals could be an X factor that London don't anticipate. They saw so much success even just with the one AWP in the side of BuzzKill before, so.
Very, very passive coming in from London esports. Seen a lot of aggression come in from them, and they paid for it a lot in their last series against the Fierce squad. This time recognizing that BuzzKill on the CT side might have a bit of an upper hand. They go in, JSAV tags up Mezzi as the first man here on the A bomb site push, but it is a bomb site push to try and pull a rotation because they gain access and Mezzi gets that kill. The remaining T-side players are going to strike towards B as Mezzi doubles up. JSAV will finally get that trade, but now the real force coming out will make their way onto the bomb site of B. Other side of the map will end up getting this bomb plant as Adam still continues to try and harass them in the mid position, cut off those rotations. They have to hunt him down. As yeah, the bomb plant will come through for BuzzKill. With the amount of time they're wasting chasing Adam, I mean, they don't really want to see him come forward and do too much damage to their line, but at this point, they kind of have to save.
Adam picked off. Hawk will secure the exit towards long. That's going to be pretty important for the BuzzKill side to keep that AWP, but I don't think it can be understated how impactful Mezzi was in this round. I mean, only he gets the 2 kills over at A. There's no real kills elsewhere on the map. The rest of London don't have to do any work, really. I mean, moving into pretty much an open bomb site, the over-rotation came from those BuzzKill players, and if Mezzi only gets 1 kill there, he doesn't even find a kill to begin with, then suddenly that assault is going to be met by 2 CTs committed towards that B bomb site. Instead, it's the open plant, and it's a successful round as a result of that lurking play.
All even now here on this board, and yeah, as you say, Mezzi, probably the most key factor there for London esports. I mean, again, solo taking A and pulling all BuzzKill players. Like, at that point, they probably could have pushed the bomb into the A bomb site and still won the round just off the back of his efforts alone. And London, try for a much more defined push into the B bomb site. Rush with his force ball. AWP, however, has other ideas against Fraser, though, who's going to win the AWP v AWP battle. It's a tight angle for the CT side to win. Fraser all the same, but I think he's got the slight advantage here. Adam, getting on top of him, might run boost his way to victory. Good flash in, will blind off and give the information away. He will fall back. Counter flashes are also good from the CT side. They blind off all 5 players. That allows Hype and Hawk Still to control the tunnels. The smokes will go down. They manage to maintain control. Flashback in for Hype. This could get very dangerous, but he sees nobody else and decides to fall back.
I love that from the side of London, just making sure that they clear out all the angles, expecting some sort of a reaction here from BuzzKill. They flash it, and Russ can do nothing but shoot, fall back as a result of that, and so London certainly dodge a bullet as a result. Giving BuzzKill a lot of respect here, and deservedly so. I mean, as soon as there was a small gap that BuzzKill were able to exploit, able to chain 10 rounds together, London don't want to have that same sort of lapse in mentality or judgment. Looking to take the lead back in this game, of course. Crazed on the site with the scout in hand. He's dancing between these angles, given the first opportunity. There's Mezzi to hit the floor. The bomb's still navigating towards B. It's the same play on the cards, and this time there's going to be a secondary player. Crazed deals with Adam as well. The bomb dropped. This is a much more successful defense here from BuzzKill, and that's the impact that was had by Mezzi in terms of getting those frags before. It doesn't draw those rotations away, and BuzzKill successfully hold both sites.
I mean, it kind of helps when Craze decides to get 2 scout headshots against the T-side players, like down towards long. He shut down the entire fake before he can even get instated by London. Then the rest of the kills came in towards B bomb site. That was a very simple affair for BuzzKill. Strong defensive, but very simple, and those are the best defensives right about now. As London Esports lose the first. Hawk around the T-spawn. I didn't get to catch that, but either way, Mezzi trading back 4 versus 4. BuzzKill do come out on top with a HP advantage above Adam. I think you called that on your PC there.
Yeah, Link is furious. He got dropped a weapon. He didn't realize he didn't pick it up, so he went back towards T-spawn. Hawk picked the angle, and he caught him mid-air jumping to pick up his AK.
Oh, my word.
He is absolutely furious. London have lost 2 players as a result of Link going down early and Adam pushing for a bit more control over towards long. BuzzKill certainly have the advantage to work with, and that lurking presence from Craig could certainly be impactful. They might be able to catch Hawk out. Nade in hand, he almost gets the timing, but Hawk able to escape. Still pushing on forward, but Russ is holding the angle with the AWP.
He's ready for Fraser. Will take him down. Mezzi. 1 smoke, but a big old gap here towards the cross. Russ has got this locked. He knows exactly how he's going to play this one out. Mezzi, there should be no chance unless he's bunning up his way to victory. All that off shot is missed, apparently. I would have thought that Russ would have been able to put that confidently on the board, but now the bomb plot will come through towards short. And Mezzi will now wait for the retake to come through from BuzzKill. 2 versus 4. Cray's got a nice forward angle to try and bring the fight back to the CT forces. Hype out here will get his head taken clean off with a spray. And now the AWP ball goes back towards the long position where CTs are there, but JSAB takes the headshot and Russ comes in with a follow-up kill of his own. 12 on the board for BuzzKill. London with a big comeback at that half turn, and now they're looking like a very, very good squad. But BuzzKill stepping things up a little bit further.
I mean, 12 to start off this game. What was it? 7-0.
7-0, yeah.
Now 12-10 in favor of BuzzKill. London have certainly let this game slip between their fingers, and although this is BuzzKill's pick, it's a map that they're certainly confident on. That was, I was beginning to question whether BuzzKill were maybe just not warmed up going into things, and maybe that 7-round buffer is what they needed to finally wake up into this series and showing that they are more than capable of taking the fight to London. A very capable side that have certainly one of our favorites to win the tournament, but we certainly love an underdog story. BuzzKill, a lot to prove in terms of establishing their name in the UK scene, and Adam already taking a meaty damage nade in towards the lower tunnels. The scout will be positioned to Fraser as a result of taking that early bit of utility damage.
Yeah, Fraser will also go down all the same towards the B tunnels, so that's just not even that much of an impactful weapon at all for the London Esports side. The Eagles now in play against the Ecos. Russ taps his way to victory with the P2K. At this kind of a range, I would have thought the AWP would want to get pulled out, but I guess he's missed his first shot. Still lands onto Cray. And I think he got that triple. No, that was Hype that got that one, but Craze comes up, recovers that AWP just in time. And BuzzKill keep all of everything that they need in this one. Their map starting to look pretty good here. 13-10. 3 rounds to separate BuzzKill from the map victory and London Esports from equalizing once again.
Fraser will reinvest into the AWP for the London side, picking in towards middle, not getting too much information, but it's going to be a faster play from the likes of Adam in towards middle very early on. Only one player towards that B bomb site. If he's able to pick off the rotation, maybe that reinforcements that's available, because BuzzKill have gone for this heavy long pressure. There's 3 players over. Russ is committed towards short. Hype's left on an island. He needs to be he's trapped between both these angles. He needs to be successful, get a couple of kills here to give London some sort of an opportunity in the round, but Hype overwhelmed. The 1 kill is always able to achieve, but the 2 AWPs chime in at exactly the same time. Synchronized positioning and synchronized sniper shots. It's the London side that will eventually get the bomb planted, but BuzzKill have the advantage.
Yeah, this retake should be simple stuff. No flanks from the London Esports side, no major setups. Just 2 guys on the bomb site, throwing a Hail Mary and caution to the wind against the incoming BuzzKill battalion of players. Link watching tunnels, Cray back at card. A flashbangs come forward, and first headshot we found by Link, and the second as well, with a third spray down that almost lines up on JSAV. 15 points of health as the incendiary misses. Russ going to get caught off guard. Cray there for the headshot. Spray comes through. They do deal with JSAV, and Russ going to get caught between a sandwich and ace for Link as he holds the line for London Esports and wins it all in a 2-on-4.
Wow. Just wow. Link does it absolutely everything there. Cray doesn't need to do anything. He's seeing, oh, I'm just holding your upper window. Don't worry about the window position. I'll have him. I'll trade that position out. Link never goes down. He stands strong. He wins every respective duel. A lot of missed opportunities as well on the side of BuzzKill to line up that trade, but a huge testament to the individual ability of Link, and you cannot catch them slouching. As soon as BuzzKill had that advantage, it was going to be very difficult really for them to pull it back, but individual performances like that are going to carry London through. 2 rounds separates the teams now. The double up setup once again invested here for BuzzKill. It's a very expensive setup to buy back into. Could potentially drop the weapon over to JSAB, and instead he'll be on the FAMAS.
60 seconds into this one. And the CTs try and hold their own positions and try to fall back a little bit. The AWP still in play on Russ and Hawk. A lot of damage coming through against the BuzzKill side, but London Esports also pretty awkward in their own economy state. Going to go mid to beat to start things off here in at the following 45 seconds. Smokes up towards CT spawn. JSav just peering through the smoke. Sees Adam, will take him down, and will try and fall back. Fraser still watching on for someone to peek in from the window, but I don't think he knows anything about the CT players in the CT spawn. Hawk, meanwhile, with that AWP watching for if he can. JSav gets a second as well, and Fraser still not acting. The AWP turns on one. The M4 spray can't quite get Cray, but he's extremely low. The pistol of Hawk might be enough. He still turns the AWP around. USP spotting one of Fraser. His backup in Cray is all that remains for the T side. He will get the second kill, but the bomb plant might be unlikely to retake even more so. As yeah, JSav rounds the corner and takes him out. Quick execution to the back of the head. 14-11. BuzzKill about to take this first map.
That was so crisp from JSav. Getting that first kill in such a manner, only firing off a couple of shots. You could see London didn't know where he got shot from. Fraser's still looking in towards that window in towards the B site. They weren't entirely sure as to where JSav was positioned. It allowed him enough space to get a secondary kill off the back of it. Not even falling off of the boost, as you often see some players panic in that position, not want to get traded, putting him in a position where the smoke acts as a wall, but JSav just does it all. The 2 kills are critical, and the double AWPs, the double scoreline for those 2 BuzzKill players, Hawk and Russ, tied neck and neck for 22 frags.
That's compared to Adam, who's now been overtaken. Such a strong start in this map as well for him. 16 kills in like 9 rounds. And now BuzzKill have 22 kills per person, per AWP. And that setup has just been working so well for them. London Esports don't have an answer to this. They're going to have to go into the next round as an eco. AKs and AWPs facing up against them. And unfortunately, Craze can't get much done. Eventually, the crossfire will work up for the automatic weapons of this round. And the CT side should be able to deal damage. Nades in against them both. AWP recovered. And it's 15-11. Map point for BuzzKill on their map pick as well here, Yumi. It was a back and forth affair. Let's not take that away. London Esports still have a decent chance. They need 4 rounds in a row to go to overtime on Dust, on BuzzKill's pick. They have been looking extremely solid in this second half, though.
The boost over the smoke. Hawk's trying to look for an opening here for the BuzzKill lineup. put the nail in the coffin if Fraser was holding in towards middle, but instead it'll be an early take towards long. Short control will still be held here for the BuzzKill side, so not too disappointed in that much. Typically, if you're going to defend that A-bomb side, you either take long or short control so that you have an avenue of attack back on the retake. London have gone uncontested so far. Kray's not even going to commit to that lurk. He's going to try and rendezvous late to the party, but it's going to come down to JSAF trapped behind the smoke. The Molotov burning him out. Adam finds the entry. It's not going to be contested too heavily as BuzzKill will deploy counter utility to attempt to slow them down.
Buy time for the rotates, but there's a counter rotator in Kray on the London Esports side. Kray's flashed out in the middle of the smoke and he will get caught at the very edge of it by Adam. Second kill for him at the exact same angle. And Russ about to receive the full-blown Kray backstab experience, but Hype shuts it down. This allows any chance. Adam comes up with a third kill though, trying to reinstate himself as the top fragger in the server. And Hawk and Hype are the last two players remaining for BuzzKill. It's Hype to make his way in. The ult pick back up, but Smokes will keep him covered. The bomb will finally get planted. Open for long. And the CTs don't even know what to do. They're going to save these orbs, maybe get an exit frag or two. Yeah, Hawk will land onto Adam, finally shut him down, but he's had his damage, he's had his time, and he's going to keep London alive here in the map.
I got worried there that Hawk finding that pick might have incentivized them to go for it. It was early enough in the bomb timer that they could have potentially made something of it, done a bit more damage, or bring it to that close sort of 1v2, 2v2 situation, but valuing that double up setup that has been so prevalent for them on the CT side, even really on the T side of things, they've had so much impact from that big green gun. Of course, Dust 2, a map that is notorious for the AWP, but BuzzKill utilizing it to maximum effectiveness. A fantastic round from Adam. You pointed it out perfectly. I mean, really slowing down towards the latter stages of that first half. Not even really quiet in the second half as well, but 3 kills to his name. He wins the round pretty much single-handedly. BuzzKill, no immediate response for his aggression.
And both BuzzKill players that went down to Adam in that round had a bit of a weird blunder, honestly. Both peeking the same sort of angles and giving up those frags mostly. And BuzzKill in this round obviously reinvesting with the UMP on JSAR is not ideal. The double orb still in play from Russ and Hawk though, and those are the crucial frags as they go kicking and screaming, and suddenly the London Esports side are in a lot of trouble, but it's Kray to take first contact and take the first amount of damage. Not quite dead just yet. It will fall back, allow JSAF to boost him back up and allow Russ to take point here on the defensive line. London Esports, not sure how they're going to do this. Fraser jumps into pit and evades that ult for a moment. Now sets up an AWP angle of his own.
Still no casualties for either of the sides so far. Long control at least garnered here for London, but a minute remaining to make a decision. Kray still being that lurking presence, not really playing with the rest of his team, that he's relying on them to be able to get these bomb sites and successfully trade out. Russ will be prevented in angle as a result of those smokes to cross, but he's going to take the fight regardless. Adam the first to hit the deck. Mezzi will answer in kind, but Russ is delivering a second. A third is... Suddenly, it's just Fraser to try and commit to this A-side push. He's going to try and wait for Kray to find another way into the site, but Kray's been taken down as well. This is it. This is the ops coming to full effect in Russ. A 4K at the end. And a 16-12 on Dust 2 after